Hey guys, D Squared here. I'm shooting this video for the fourth time now. I'm having some technical difficulties with camera equipment. You're now on the GoPro, so I hope it comes out good. I don't have a microphone on. We're just going off the camera's capabilities, and it's a Hero 3 Plus S, so it's kind of old. Making this video for a new series we're starting, and Shannon came up with a name for it called Bread and Bullets. And it's courtesy of COVID-19 because not doing a lot of stuff, so going around, not going around, but making a lot of things here at home, a lot of homemade bread, and other things, and I've also got it back into reloading again. But the main theme of this video is going to be about the reloading area that I have, and so here we go. So reloading, I have a really small area, and that's really what I want to focus on here, and I'll hit some other stuff real quick, but the focus is about having a small area to reload in. I started reloading about 5 years ago when I lived in Massachusetts, and during the winter, when it's super cold out, you're not out shooting, you're reloading. Unless you're shooting indoors, which we had that option at our club, but it gave me a time to learn something new and start doing it. So I got inspired to do it by a guy on YouTube, Jiu-Jitsu 2000, and that's the guy that pretty much taught me how to reload. Between him and some other YouTubers, that's how I learned how to reload, and books. So that's how I got into reloading. That's when I started reloading about 5 years ago. All I've ever loaded is 9mm though, and so I plan on branching out here a little bit and getting into some 223, 30-30. Eventually I'm going to get into some 45-70 and then 357 SIG, and then we'll go from there. We'll see where it goes from there. I'm hoping to add a 6.5 Creedmoor to the inventory soon, so we'll get into that too. Anyway, so back in Mass, I had a really large area for reloading. It was probably twice this size, twice as deep. I had room for all my stuff. It could all be out. Right now, the majority of my stuff is up here. Primers, powder, shooting gear, shells, actual loaded ammunition, like bought ammunition is up there. There's other supplies and stuff up there too, but all of this was jammed up there as well. So I needed a way to get it down here, and these benches were like this catch-all area. I put these in a couple years ago when we bought the house. They're from Home Depot. They're super cheap. It's particle board. They're not as deep as a standard counter, but that's okay because right behind me here is the door to the house. So I couldn't have standard counter depth counters out here anyway, but I needed more storage. So I put them in, and like I said, they became a catch-all for everything. You get out of the car, you need to set something down before you walk in the house. This is where it would end up sitting. I mean, everything: backpack, shoes, purse, keys, whatever. Okay, so I decided that I was going to take this space over, and it was going to become my reloading bench. So I put up a pegboard to kind of help assist with organizing the bench, and that was all good and great. But then the big question came in on how do I get my reloading press on the bench? So I had it down here, with a set of vice grips, and I couldn't get a full throw in. And so that was a problem. It blocked the drawer then it blocked the door, and in this drawer is just miscellaneous things. I haven't turned it into a reloading drawer yet, but that's the intent. I mean, there's an electrical switch in here, there's batteries, there's a label maker, which you can use for reloading, right? Miscellaneous stuff, but I wanted to be able to do that, so I started poking around on the internet and of course on YouTube, and I found this company called Inline Fabrication out of Oregon, and these brackets come in various models, shapes, and sizes, right? So you can buy one bracket, and I believe it's cheaper to go that way. It's just for one type of press. So you buy the bracket, you set it up, it's for that press, and that's it, you're done. You'd have to buy another bracket for a different kind of press, or you can buy the one that I bought. I can't remember the specific name of it, or the model that they call it. Obviously, I'm going to put a link down in the description for you about inline fabrication. Because I think it's a really good product, especially if you're limited on space, or you're doing a lot of loading. So if you have multiple presses, right? Say you've got a Dillon press that's a progressive style press. It doesn't even have to be a Dillon, whatever. You get your Dillon, you got a Lee single stage press, maybe for 50 BMG, and then maybe you've got a turret press that you use for, loading a couple different calibers of pistol or something like that, right? So it's all set up already, right? You take these wing nuts off, and boom, this little plate, with your initial press, I believe, or with your initial stand setup, this comes with it. I think it's 80 bucks, if I remember correctly. But you can buy more of these, and these are designed for accessories and specifically for certain types of presses. All right, so I've got a Lee press on here right now. If I had maybe a rock chucker or a Redding or something like that that was a single stage press, the mounting holes might be different, so he has a different plate for that that's got the holes already pre-drilled, right? So the cool thing is it comes off right like that, and it slides right back in. So if you've got 2 or 3 of these plates and a bunch of, or not a bunch, but a few different presses, you can have it all set and change them out. So like for me, I have more storage up here. This is mostly food storage up here for canned goods, but I do have storage down here, so I could keep 3 more presses down there, and like, oh, I'm changing, I feel like using this press today, or I'm using this press because it's set up for this already. 2 wing nuts, that comes out, new one goes in, and you're ready to rock and roll. So inline fabrication, that's where I found that. And that was the first step to getting set back up here in California, the PRK, the People's Republic of California, as my friend Nathan likes to call it. And he's right. We have crazy laws out here for guns and gun owners and bullets and all that kind of good stuff, right? I'll get into that in a minute. If I can get this wing nut on here. There we go. So that solved that problem. I can get a full throw in here. I've got probably a little bit less than 1/4 inch of space between this and the drawer, but even if I put all my weight on it, I'm still not tapping the drawer. So I get a full throw in. That was the biggest concern. That and still having access to this stuff down here, right? So then I was going to put my powder thrower back on the original bracket that it came on. It's a Hornady. And I was going to make another one of these little shelves out of wood and mount that to that. And by the time I got unscrewing with it, I was like, that looks like garbage, and I don't have a lot of confidence that this pegboard's not going to let go of it somehow, some way. So I was like, all right, now what do I do? Well, I went back to inline fabrication, and lo and behold, he's got a bracket for that. I'm pretty sure it'll fit any powder thrower that you have. It's 50 bucks. Yeah, it's for a piece of metal. It's a little, what some might say, steep. But again, it's good quality. It's strong. I weigh about 230 right now, and I'm pushing on that, and it's not going anywhere. Okay? It moves around, which makes it awesome, right? So it's pretty versatile. I mean, this rotates all around like that, and it's powder coated. He sends it to you with it. It's assembled with all the hardware. It's completely powder coated. It's nice. He sends you the hardware to mount it to the press, which already has holes in it for mounting it to, right? And so to me, it was just a great solution. It was a matter of putting it over here or putting it over here. I chose this side because it just, I mean, I'd just be really, kind of crammed in here working. So I chose to put it over here. The only question that I have right now, and maybe some of you can give me feedback on this, is whether I should, so here's the hopper for the powder, right? Should I trim this off so I can continue to swing this out of the way, right? Or should I just not be lazy and undo this bolt every single time and unload the powder that way, and then I can swing it out of the way. I'm really leaning towards just cutting it off, you know. You can buy replacements of them if you need to, and if you can see on there, I'm not sure if you can, this is discolored. After a while, these get, you know, if you leave powder in them, it will start to eat through this material. And if you look at yours at home, you can see where powder has pretty much pitted this. So way before my time of loading, the way I understand it was they used to give you a glass one. And obviously that wouldn't have any damage. The issue was people kept breaking them. So I think I'm just going to trim it off. That way I can swing it out of the way at least to here. And then, yeah, that'll work really well for me. So that's that. Why did I start reloading again in California? Well, California enacted a law in July of 2019, a little over a year ago now, or almost a year ago now. It's April 2020. That requires you to do a eligibility check to buy ammunition. What that means, if somebody else is watching this, you can put comments down below and explain an eligibility check versus a background check. Because the background check is for buying firearms. The eligibility check is to make sure that you can buy ammunition. It's $19. You run it, and then you can buy ammo for, I think, for up to 5 years, and then you have to do it again, I think. My biggest issue right now is my California driver's license has a Massachusetts address on it because California lets you do that if you're active duty military, which I am for about another 5 months. And so I would have to go through all kinds of garbage just to buy ammo. Now, I brought a ton of ammo with me. That entire top shelf is, the majority of that is ammo. There's a scope up there, some 22 caliber bullets for reloading 223, but the rest of it's ammo. And then I have more ammo down here. I have not needed to buy ammo yet. 223 I'm getting kind of short on, so that's why I was like, all right, I'll start loading again. And thanks to COVID-19, you can barely buy ammo out here as it is right now anyway. I went into a well-known store in North San Diego County, and I asked for 9mm, 30-30, 45-70, 223, 30-06, 22 caliber, or 22 long rifle, 6.5 Creedmoor just to ask for it. They didn't have any of it. In fact, the only thing they had in the store that they could actually sell you were accessories and Walther PPK 22 caliber pistols. That was it. He was sold out of guns. I'm not saying that's every store, but I went to another store to pick up powder and I had to wait in line outside. Everybody in front of me was buying a pistol, and it was an hour and a half wait just to get in the store. 3 people at a time in the store. It was ridiculous, the run on stuff because of COVID-19. That's a whole other topic, right? But anyway, this is my loading bench. So it's a small space, small area, and inline fabrication made it possible for me. You know, I've got my dies here, my 9mm, my 30-30s, my 223s. That's all I've got right now. So, you know, I'm getting into some other stuff. I've got my trays for reloading when I'm you know, cleaning brass. You know, priming, doing powder checks and stuff like that. They sit right there real nice. Both of them will sit there. When I'm done, I can hang them back up. You know, bullet puller, some miscellaneous screwdrivers, miscellaneous drill, which I'll talk about in another video because I'm pretty excited about it. Maybe I shouldn't be. But I bought a case trimmer for lead, for this lead press, right? So instead of having a little stand or a little thing sitting here that I trim all my cases by hand, I can mount this and I can run my cases up to it, and with the magic of power, right, that'll trim my cases, right? So I'm excited about it. I'll do a video on it. I'll let you know. I actually found some fired 5.56 shells that I had, because I had to buy shells because I didn't think I had any. But now I'm gonna be able to do the whole process from start to finish. So we'll do a video on that, and I'll let you know if that thing works or not. I was excited about it because I was like, all right, now I don't have to do it by hand. So we'll see. You know, I got my calipers here, some small wrenches, my crescent wrench, and you know, that's just for tightening stuff up on the press, the dies, things like that. I've got my Lee powder measurer back here, or excuse me, powder scale back here. And then I've got my electronic scale right there, shell holders right there. Like I said, it's a pretty small setup. Somebody might say, well, how do you clean brass? Down below here, I've had two tumblers. One's an RCBS, one's a Lyman. Somebody gave me one a few years ago. That's how I ended up with the RCBS. But that's it. That's my small area reloading setup. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I'm a new YouTuber, so all the thumbs up I can get, the better. I'll put some links down below for Jiu-Jitsu 2000, inline fabrication, and I'll put a link down there for another gentleman that's got a ton of these things, and he's got like a mobile track that they slide up and down on. I mean, he's got all kinds of presses and stuff like that. Like, so it's pretty interesting. I'll put that down there too if I can find it. And obviously, if you like our channel, subscribe to it. We'll continue our This Is Life series. We haven't done a video in about 5 months. So we want to get back into that, and then we'll continue with some of our homemade bread, banana bread, coconut shrimp, things like that. Until next time, see you guys later. D Squared out.